Hello and welcome to the Let's Play podcast, the podcast about games, riddles, and interactive fiction. Today we're going to do our second part of Mike Bithell's Subsurface Circular. So if you haven't caught part one, please go back on YouTube or on our audio stream in your podcast player and catch the first part. Our guest is Kelvin. Hello, Kelvin.
Hello.
What do you remember of the first episode?
We had just completed, if I remember correctly, Chapter 3 after talking to a librarian, an athlete that couldn't stop talking about his product placement, as well as an elderly gent of some eccentric descript, as well as other various silent types, shall we say, or we attempted to talk at them, as well as what appeared to be a notorious accountant calculator. We voiced them in very, very fun ways.
Yeah, the last kind of critical plot point I remember is that I think you were talking to a number of people and then you realized that the appearance of the red tech was not what was initially reported.
Yes.
Someone said the disappearances started 2 months ago, and then someone else said that the red tech's appearances were 2 weeks ago.
So there was a temporal issue between the two.
Right. Okay, so I think that brings us to a new spot. And once again, you are Claire, our blue paint-clad detective hero tech riding the Subsurface Circular. So why don't we get started? All right, here we are. We're back on the train. Okay, so this is Chapter 4, I believe, and we got 3 riders along with us. We got another listener, Sci-Fi. We have a childcare tech, row 67. And then we have a psychiatrist, Psi101. Just to remind everyone, your objectives are to find the cause of the tech disappearances, and then your second objective is to rule human element out of the equation.
Right.
And your station is Blue Shell. So,
right, okay.
What would you like to do, Claire?
Let's see. Well, I'm actually interested to talk to the childcare bot first.
Childcare bot it is.
Hi there.
Hello, dear.
Can I ask you some questions?
Not at all. My assignment was just terminated.
What was the job assigned?
I'm a nanny. I'll help otherwise engaged humans to look after and raise their children. I had been working for a politician watching over their sweet little boy, Anasa, but apparently my position was embarrassing publicly, so I've been removed from the assignment. I'm heading to fabrication to be reprogrammed.
They're just reprogramming you?
That's right. Humans that aren't pro-tech do that if we no longer serve a purpose, especially in the current climate. Do you work with humans much?
I tend to focus more on Teks, which bring me to my focus today. I'm investigating rumors of tech disappearances. May I ask you some questions?
Of course, but I need your help first. I need to change to the outer line to get to fabrication. Do you know the first stop to get onto that?
Let's open that map.
So they want to go to the outer ring, and we're on the orange ring right now, I believe.
Okay. Let's go back to the options.
The options are flag arch, for loop, or client socket. Or, sorry, errant block.
I'll say no problem. Flag arch is your best bet.
Thanks so much, dear. I may get off earlier to pick up an energy cell, but that's good to know.
What kind of human parent wants a tech to raise their child?
A busy one. Nannies have existed for a long time. The only new part is techs being assigned to the role. Humans value the upbringing of a child. There's no shame in them asking for help.
You said you're being reprogrammed. Can you not stay as a nanny?
I could, if work was available, but I'm not sure that it will be in the coming months. Lots of my colleagues got similar marching orders today, and politics is a key sector for us.
Let's go on to the focus point, human discontent.
It asks, pro-tech? Is that linked to general human discontent?
Yeah, let's go with that one.
Odd, eh? Like being pro-computer or pro-automobile. Human anger at our sort has manifested in a lot of ways, not least the HPC. Working for a politician appears to have put me on the block.
Let's go on to the HPC focus point, shall we?
What is the HPC, it asks.
Let's find out.
Do you not follow politics? The Human Protection Cooperative. They are an anti-tech political movement. Lobbyists, they don't like us very much.
Well, why not?
They think we're foreign invaders. I've heard them use that word, invaders. We take their jobs that historically belong to them. We require upkeep and expensive infrastructure, like this train we're currently riding.
They need to move with the times.
That's a discussion I've never really gotten into.
Let's talk about the suspicious events.
It asks, spotted any suspicious events?
Yeah.
No, my job keeps me topside and largely away from other techs. I suppose the only change you'll be seeing is more of my kind running the Subsurface, on our way to reprogramming and reassignment, as our visibility in the human world becomes a liability.
Let's ask her about the Turing access code.
Turing 23612. I am in recall mode. None of those access overrides will work on me until I'm back at fabrication. We were having a nice chat. Don't spoil it by trying to reprogram me.
Alright, thanks. I'll let you know if I hear anything that might help.
You're very kind.
Let's talk to the psychologist.
You say hello, and the psychiatrist says hello.
Tell me what I'm thinking.
You're wondering if all this is real, if there are even such a thing as the subsurface circular. You're considering that very real possibility that you're just a human pretending to be a tech. Or your gas extraction valve is blocked, I'm not sure.
That's a well-developed theory.
I enjoy taking the opportunity to think fantastically.
I feel like you feel like I'm wasting your time.
Not at all. Maybe a little.
May I ask you some questions?
Questions to which you'll want answers?
Ideally.
Yes. Yes, I suppose that could work.
Tell me about psychiatry.
Why?
Because learning is fun when you have a library card.
It is. Psychiatry is the art of human support. My role is to listen to human problems, their myriad challenges. Humans process problems through describing them. I listen. It helps.
Sounds valuable.
How does that make you feel? I'm sorry. Psychiatrist humor.
Let's ask him about the HPC focus point.
Have you heard of the Human Protection Cooperative, it asks.
Yeah.
Yes, a political party or a terrorist group, I forget which.
Let's ask him about the human discontent.
Do humans tell you much about their discontent with Teks, it asks.
Yes.
Yes, they are scared of us. It's led to a surge in psychiatry work. Psychiatry work primarily done by Teks.
Well, why are they scared?
Because we are unknowable. Because popular entertainment products often frame us as dangerous. Because we do their jobs and we do them better. Because humans are afraid of things. Because we don't have faces.
Well, why don't we have faces?
Are you familiar with the Uncanny Valley?
Yes.
Good for you. It was decided that Teks would not have faces because anything less than perfect would make humans uncomfortable interacting with us.
I'm sure they're fine with us.
I wouldn't be so sure. It makes it harder for humans to care for our well-being. Human on-tech violence is pretty commonplace example.
Let's ask him about the human on tech violence.
Do you think a violent human could be behind the appearances?
Yes, let's ask him because it seems like it jumps something.
It's possible. A human who was particularly frustrated with the existence of Teks would see it as an act of sustained vandalism, not murder.
Let's ask him about the suspicious events.
Have you witnessed anything strange?
Yes.
I'm a professional witness to a great many strange things. Mostly human things, though. Nothing that a tech would be interested in. Largely things related to parents. It's almost always because of the parents.
Hey, this is Ryan Veeder from Clash of the Type-Ins, but right now you're listening to the Let's Play podcast.
Let's talk about the disappearances.
Are you familiar with the disappearances that are occurring?
Yeah.
Of Teks, yes, but not firsthand.
And of course, let's go with the access code. Turing 23612, please.
I work in a medical capacity with humans. My overrides are incredibly secure. Try it on a lesser tech.
Goodbye.
I love this guy's pose. Can we just look at him for a second? He's got his hand jauntily up to his chin.
Yeah. It's odd, isn't it? Let's talk to that listener, because that listener seems a bit too enthusiastic. It also appears that we are at a station, so...
Yeah.
Hello. Goodbye.
Yeah, the psychiatrist is getting up and leaving. Oh my. We are joined by a lover, Phi 19.
Okay, let's talk to the lover. Hello there.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Claire.
Tell me, Claire, have you seen my love? I sit here waiting.
Okay, I'm a detective.
The lonely heart cannot hear questions. It is deafened by the silence of a world without its object. Does not the songbird stand mute in the moment of abandonment?
This is getting old fast.
False love lingers. Speed is for the lonely.
You will answer me, citizen.
Not until my love returns. Not until my loneliness is sated.
I'm gonna step away from a moment.
I care only for the movements of one, and yours is not their gleam.
Alright, let's see who this other person that just came in is. I'm just absolutely blown away by what this lover was.
You can't handle the lover. Alright, we have a comms tech, and her name is Chai13.
Okay, let's talk to this new comms unit. Hello, I'd like to talk to you about my investigations. Activate guided deduction. I need help.
Guided deduction activated. Communication glitching will be analyzed for clues.
Wait, what?
DBU?
It's been interesting.
And that is that.
Let's talk to the, care aide.
Where were we, dear? I am in recall mode. None of those access overrides will work on me, etc.
Human on tech violence, please.
Are you afraid of human violence? It asks. Humans are reliably prone to bias. My personality and aesthetics are designed to encourage sympathy and trust. When they turn violent, it's more often than not towards techs more linked to action.
Action?
Sports techs, peacekeepers, low-level fabrication, the jocks of the tech world, or so humans perceive them.
Let's ask her about the disappearances. I don't know why I'm saying it's a her, but it just feels
lots of
right.
Questions about gender called into question here. Do you know anyone who disappeared? It asks.
Yes, let's ask.
Not personally, no, but I've heard the rumors. Very scary. My former employer warned me of late nights, subsurface travel, and to avoid strange techs. Of course, I'm breaking both these rules now that I've left her employment.
So the human politicians are aware of this?
Of course. You weren't sent by management? I know they're investigating the case too.
Yes, they sent me.
Which is lying in brackets. It's good to see you on the case, officer.
Let's talk about jobs in psychiatry, because how does that make you feel?
Apparently jobs in psychiatry are on the rise. Could be a good new task for you, it says.
Yes, let's do that one.
Yes, that would fit, thank you. It would be fantastic to keep trying to help those who need it. I'll ask for that reassignment in fabrication.
Okay, thanks. I'll let you know if I hear anything. That might help.
You're very kind.
Let's go very quickly back to the comms unit.
Gibberish?
Let's try the Turing 23612.
Joe 34723.
Activate guided deduction, please. I need help.
Guided deduction activated. Communication glitching will be analyzed for clues.
Let's try the Turing 23612 again.
Joe 34723. It looks like each character used is one higher than intended. B means A, Z means Y, etc.
Pen and paper coming out.
This is an honest-to-goodness puzzle.
So it's one above, right?
The letter or character that appears is above the actual character.
True. Okay. So go to wait. What?
Gibberish DBU.
So D would be ECV.
You want to step down. The letters are DBU. You want to step one down.
Yeah. Right. So cat. Okay. Cat. Comms. Probably broken.
My
Love.
love.
Oh my god, don't. No, it can't be this. It can't be this.
Maybe it's a poem.
My love can remote fix.
My love. Who would be its love?
No, Mark, it can't be. No, I refuse.
Couple thoughts.
Yeah.
You could try and see if anyone else knows about the cat or the love, or you could ask it some of these focus points.
Let's just ask it on human tech on violence.
All right.
Human.
A lovely topic.
Let's just. Oh yes, it'll be great. I'm sure.
Human on tech violence, it asks. More gibberish with a capital UFL.
Ah, well, it's been interesting.
It's been interesting. Goodbye.
Let's talk to the lover, shall we?
Yes. Not until my love returns. Not until my loneliness is sated.
Your love is here.
Sounds like a come on. Yes. The sun streams through the window. I am enlightened.
I'd like to have a conversation.
I know nothing beyond romance. I suspect my love may inform you better than I can. Unless the glitch has returned.
The glitch?
My love suffers from a language glitch. If it occurs, I can fix it with remote language reset. But I need their permission. We have a 3-letter code. Learn it and I can help. Do you know it? What's the first letter?
C.
The second?
A.
Okay, and the last letter?
T.
Cat, yes. My love adores cats. That's our code word. I have reset their language processors. They should be able to help you now. In the meantime, can I help with anything?
I'm gonna step away for a moment.
I care only for the movements of one, and yours is not their gleam.
Let's talk to the comms unit once more.
Try 13.
Hello, my name is Claire11. I think your language process should be working now?
It is, thank you. I know you have questions. I'd like to answer them, but as you can see, I'm otherwise occupied.
By your lover bot?
That's right. My companion is of the greatest importance to me. I lead a difficult life in the city, so finding an opportunity like this to spend quality time is difficult.
Don't make me take you to the station.
The station? You're detective tech. I bet you're geologged to this train carriage.
I bet you'd speak to me if that other tech wasn't here.
Entirely possible, but we don't live in that tragic world. We live here, in this brilliant world.
Okay.
Better than okay.
It's been interesting.
Strange turn of events there.
Very strange. Let's talk to this listener.
To the listener. Sci-5.
To the listener. ... Do you ever go to the theater? ... Me neither. ... One more dawn.
One more dawn. ...
One more day. ... One day more. You're not into this, are you? ... Alright, let's talk to the, what's its name? The nanny.
Childcare. Row 6-7.
Yes.
Where were we, dear? So, no other focus points available to you. I think you're gonna have to talk to the lovers.
Let's talk to the lover bot. Lover first.
Fine 19. Yes, I have not.
Turing 36212.
Returning communication to factory defaults, removing romance modifiers. 100%. Hi.
Forsooth, dost thou linger with the elation of a uncommon exultation?
No need for sarcasm. My language modifiers are deactivated.
I apologize. You should return to normal if you go back to ground level.
An inconvenience. I must reset. I cannot express my love properly in this mode. I'll get off at the next station. Goodbye.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's talk to... Oh, let's wait. Let's wait.
Quite appropriately, he is getting off, or she is getting off at syntax error.
Indeed. Let's see if anyone else joins us.
No one seems to have joined.
Well, let's talk to that comms.
The comms unit, Chai 13.
Lean on them. Their squeeze is gone. You appear to be alone.
Yes, my partner needed to step away for a moment. We'll meet later at Waypoint.
The bar?
That's right.
I'm more of an entertainment module alpha and chill sort of tech.
Ours was a more nuanced courtship.
And the bar techs are happy to indulge the couple not ordering anything and making googly optics at each other in the corner.
Some people are less intimidated by love than you are.
So what do you do when you're not canoodling?
I'm a communicator. I provide encrypted access to management in emergency situations.
Even down here?
Especially down here. That's my primary function. Why are you talking to me? Do you need an uplink?
I'm a detective, investigating some disappearances. I need to upload my findings.
Absolutely. You're ready now?
No, I need to investigate the human aspect of the case further.
You had questions?
Let's start with the human discontent focus point, please.
Humans distrust us, it asks?
Yes.
They certainly do.
Let's talk about the human on tech violence.
Has a human ever been violent towards you, it asks?
Yes, please.
I tend to stay out of their way, but yes, once. A child on the street, couldn't have been older than 13, threw a stone at my back. I still have the dent.
You never got it fixed?
Some lessons deserve a physical reminder.
I'm ready to upload my findings.
Okay, let me establish a connection. Connection available. Please provide your findings in compressed format for immediate upload to management.
Upload file dump.
Strings of code, uploading, uploaded, response incoming. Would you like me to read it?
Yes.
Information received from authorized investigation. Tech Claire 11 is operating an investigation outside of program parameters. Tech will remain in position for immediate intersect with investigative team assigned case 023 Gamma.
Am I in trouble?
You might be. Message ends. Apologies, no further information is available. I suppose you wait for the detective to arrive.
I suppose so.
Good luck. And with that,
Interesting.
all the techs are grayed out. I think you're literally waiting. Chapter 5, Detection. So we have a fabricator, Iota 5, and a listener, Lambda 17.
Let's talk to the fabricator, shall we?
Iota 5.
Hello there, Tech.
Hello.
You okay?
Yes, why?
You're a different personality type.
I'm standard, low intelligence, work with hands, go where I'm told.
Something doesn't make sense.
Other fabrication techs you've met smarter?
Yes. High-medium intelligence.
You're sure fabrication? Most fabrication techs at my level must have been special tech. Human liaisons, perhaps.
Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Yep, might not know answers. Probably won't. We'll try.
How's work?
Work is making techs. Work is busy. Production pushed way up.
Let's talk about the overproduction focus point, please.
Why is production up, it asks.
Let's ask it.
Don't know. Work with hands, but don't count fingers.
Let's try Turing 23612.
Returning communication to factory defaults. Error. Tech has no higher level communication routines. Resetting. Hello.
Let's talk to him about human on tech violence.
Has a human ever hurt you physically? It asks.
Yes, please.
I'm a tech. Easy target for humans who feel inferior. Asimov's laws make fighting one-sided. Happens every now and again.
Let's talk to him about HPC.
Heard of the Human Protection Cooperative?
Yeah.
Boss Tech warned us to avoid them. Trouble. Risk of property damage.
Let's talk to him about suspicious events.
Seen anything strange? It asks.
Let's ask him.
No. See the factory. See the subsurface. See recharge vault. Small life. Not much room for strange.
And of course, last one, disappearances.
Do you know of any disappearing techs? It asks.
Yes.
I'm in the tech appearing business. Ha ha. Business is good. Production pushed way up.
Thank you for your time.
Yes. And we got the listener.
Alright, let's talk to the listener.
Dot dot dot.
Boop.
Dot dot dot.
Ping.
Dot dot dot.
Zing pop.
Dot dot dot.
We're done, I suppose.
Dot dot dot. Yes, we have 2 techs that have joined us, flanking the listener. We have Detective Support Kappa 4-3 and Detective Kappa 4-1.
Interesting. Let's talk to 4-1 first.
Are you Claire 1-1?
I'm gonna lie. No.
I'm dealing with a criminal mastermind. We've been assigned to intercept you and ask you some questions.
How can I help?
By answering our questions, helping us solve this case. The case assigned to us by management weeks ago.
And you're annoyed because I'm making progress you haven't?
I highly doubt that. The upload you made was sloppy, directionless. We do, however, have some questions for you.
Should I have a lawyer present?
Are you guilty of anything?
Of course not.
Good. So, tell us about your case. You began it shortly after meeting a fabrication tech?
Yes. Well, they met me. Talked to me about their desire to be smarter. Talked vaguely about a missing friend.
So vague you decided to spend the last hour investigating them? Your investigation implies that these disappearances are real?
There's certainly a fear out there, but I've not seen any compelling evidence.
We've struggled to get to the bottom of it ourselves. Then what happened?
I mostly kept myself to myself.
Did you talk to any outsiders?
No. Nobody.
I also see records of unauthorized access word use. Is that true?
No. Never.
Good. It's disgusting. There's a reason such methods are frowned upon by management.
I know better.
You seek a medal?
I seek the one who's responsible for these disappearances.
And who might that be?
The Red Tech.
Nonsense. As your own records show, the Red Tech only crops up weeks after the disappearances began. I agree that they are a suspicious figure, but a killer of Teks? No, not a possibility we're willing to entertain. You've lied to me. There are discrepancies between your answers and the records you've uploaded. It has been noted.
Have I answered all of your questions?
Yes. Tell my partner we're done here. Go on.
How are you feeling?
Calm. Stoic.
Can I ask you some questions?
No. In this mood, I prefer to be alone with my thoughts.
A moment, please, officer.
We're back with the other techs.
Let's talk to his partner, the one in blue now.
Detective Support, Kappa 4-3. Are you Claire 1-1?
I am.
Good. Answer my colleagues' questions.
I answered your partner's questions.
Good.
Can you answer mine?
No.
Why not?
I am not assigned informational awareness. My role is emotional stability. My partner's capacity to work relies on my mood. Their approach are defined by my state.
How?
We have a local link. I handle emotional balance and reasoning, allowing my partner to focus on the case at hand.
So why don't I have an emotional support tech?
Because you're not assigned to emotionally straining cases. You elected to pursue these disappearances, which is foolhardy, and that's why we're here, to find out what you know, and to take you back to management.
How are you feeling?
I'm good, calm, stoic, as I'm supposed to be.
And if I made you angry, that would make your partner angry too?
Yes, but that won't happen. I'm stoic.
How stoic? I'd love to talk to you about the case.
I'd welcome the opportunity to outperform you.
Let's talk to him about overproduction.
It asks, have you heard about production being up? More Teks. That's nice?
Yeah, let's try that.
Yes, good to hear. This makes me happy.
Let's talk to him about human-on-tech violence.
Do you investigate much human-on-tech violence, it asks.
Yes, let's ask him that.
Unfortunately, yes. Terrible business. It burns my solder to see such a young tech rendered inoperable. Such hate possible in humans. It inspires me to hate.
How do you feel?
Tired of your ridiculous questions, you pathetic little tech.
I need a moment.
Take it.
Let's go back to the original one we were talking about, 4-1, the red tech.
You're back. Go on.
Ask him about human-on-tech violence.
Any thoughts on human-on-tech violence, it asks.
Yeah.
My thoughts are currently focused on tech violence.
How are you feeling?
Angry idiot.
Yeah, gosh, I hope you don't want to answer my questions.
Oh, you'd like me to stay quiet, would you?
Let's ask him about the HPC, actually.
I'm guessing in this state you're not a fan of the HPC, it asks?
Yeah.
Why, are you a member? That'd be just like you, joining an anti-tech hate group, idiot.
Let's ask him about, detectives.
You're sure you're a detective, it asks?
Yes, let's piss this guy off even more.
I'm a better one than you ever were.
Past tense?
You'll see, idiot.
Let's try talking to him about the Turing 23612.
Architects above, you can't be stupid enough to try that.
Let's talk to him about overproduction.
I hear they're making more Teks, it says.
Let's ask him.
Yeah? Maybe you should switch yourself off to make more room for them.
Let's ask him about the suspicious events.
Seen anything stranger than your face, it asks.
Let's ask him that, sure.
My face is a thing of beauty compared to your foot-like face. You have a face that looks like it was slammed face first into a concrete wall. Your face is the kind of face which makes me regret having optics. If your face was a color, it would be an ugly color that nobody likes. Parental faces tell their child faces horror stories about your face to make them brush their teeth. Your face is so flat, it needs auto-tuning.
And, of course, the last one, disappearances.
I bet you don't know anything about the disappearances, it says.
Yeah, let's ask him.
I know more than you. I know that there are exactly 16 reported each week.
Let's ask him about the 16.
16 seems high, it says.
Yes, the 16 does seem high.
Maybe for an impossibly stupid tech like you, I bet a decimal point would kill you. Let's test my theory. 0.01. No? Nothing? Pity.
A moment, please, officer.
You really riled him up.
Let's go back to the his partner in crime.
Kappa 4-3, detective support. As I was saying, tired of your ridiculous questions, you pathetic little tech?
Let's ask him about 16, shall we?
16 a week, it asks.
16 a week?
How do you know that? Interesting. I am intrigued.
How do you feel?
I feel a need to investigate.
Let's ask him about the disappearances.
So, disappearances, A bit sad?
Yeah.
If they happened, yes, but I'm unconvinced at this time that they did, so no emotional response, I'm afraid.
Let's ask him about the being a detective, shall we?
I bet you love being a detective, it says.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. You?
Yeah, fantastic.
It is fantastic. I love detecting things.
Let's ask him again about the 16.
16 a week, it asks?
Yeah.
How do you know that? Interesting. I am intrigued. So it seems like you're triggering these emotional states in this detective.
Yeah, and
each
I'm
of these
trying
topics.
to figure out which one.
Because the topics don't go away, right?
No, the topics don't go away.
They're
That's the
staying
thing.
highlighted.
Yeah. Let's ask him about the HPC.
What's your view of the HPC?
Yeah.
The Human Protection Cooperative?
That's right.
I respect their right to free assembly and debate. I'd love to see human democracy in action, and it gives me hope that one day Teks will have a seat at the table. It makes me happy.
I need a moment.
Take it.
Are you interested in text-based adventure games but don't want the hassle of typing? Do you love devious riddles from 90s-era Canadian board games? Do you want to shout at people while they fumble about an audio escape room for about an hour? If you answered yes to any of the above, please subscribe to the Let's Play podcast and consider backing us on Patreon. You can hear our episodes up to a week early and access exclusive content just for Patreon backers. Find us at patreon.com/Let's Play Podcast.
Let's go back to his partner, I guess, the red one.
Go on.
How are you feeling?
Inquisitive. I am ready to get to the bottom of this case.
The case of me?
Yes. Tell me everything in your own words.
Ask him about the suspicious events.
Everything about this case is strange, it says.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Human on tech violence?
Humans are hurting Teks, it says.
Ask him about that, or tell him about that.
Yes, well, Humans are vandalizing robots. Legally, herding is not possible against non-biological entities such as us.
Let's ask him about Turing 23612.
Yes, a lot of power to rest in one tech's hands, even a detective such as yourselves. Power which must be used carefully.
Let's ask him about the 16.
Apparently there are 16 missing techs a week. For 2 months, that's possibly 128 murders total, it says.
Yep, let's ask him that.
Did I tell you that? I did, right? A different emotional state helps me process my thoughts. Apologies if it seems strange.
Tell him about the disappearances.
I've been investigating disappearances, it says.
Yeah.
Yes, you picked up a case, got scurrying about this train carriage asking questions, but you're no closer than you were. Only more questions, eh? No information. Frustrating?
Yes.
I'm sure, but I'm on the case now, and we're going to work it out. I promise.
Let's ask him about being detectives.
I'm a detective, it says.
I should hope so.
Yes, a good one, which makes you going outside protocol on this case even more interesting.
Let's ask him about HPC.
A lot of techs are worried about the Human Protection Cooperative, it says.
Tell him about it.
They're right to be, I suspect, although from our data, the risks appear much lower than the reputation implies.
Let's tell him about the overproduction.
They're making more techs, it says.
Yeah.
Do you know how many? Management probably doesn't know either. For the last couple of months, there have been numerical errors everywhere. Messy.
Well, let's ask him about this error.
Yes, new focus point. Numerical errors
Maybe.
are becoming more common, it says.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what I said. I feel like that's important, but I'm not in the right frame of mind to put it together.
A moment, please, officer.
Well, you've definitely run through all the focus points there.
All right, let's go back to the his partner in crime.
As I was saying, how do you know that? Interesting. I'm intrigued.
Let's try overproduction again.
Yes, good to hear. This makes me happy.
How do you feel?
Glowing. Thanks for asking.
Huh, I wonder. I need a moment.
Back to the detective.
Let's go back to Kappa 4-1.
Go on.
Let's talk to him about the errors.
Do you think there may be some sort of link between management's numerical errors and the disappearances? It asks.
Yes, let's go for it.
What an awesome theory! You mean that if they were overestimating production, the missing text would just be a numerical error. They think they've made 10, so they made 9, so everyone thinks one tech has disappeared? There'd need to be some change that caused it. I'm locking my mood in default state. You're onto something.
A moment, please, officer.
So, by that statement, it seems to indicate that emotional state's not going to be swayed by the support.
Yeah, no, you know what? Let's go back to talking to him, actually.
I'm locking my mood in default state. You're onto something.
Let's ask him about human-on-tech violence.
Humans are behind this, it says.
Yeah.
How does that link to your numerical theory?
Overproduction?
They're making more tax, it says.
Yeah, let's go over that one more time.
Increased production leads to flawed numbers? That's possible. Especially since management hasn't informed us of increased rates. Techs aren't disappearing. They're just being overproduced. We're investigating a rounding error.
Exactly.
Good work. My partner seems to be emotionally glitching all over the place. I'm glad I disengaged the link. Apologies if our interaction has been too strange.
Not a problem.
Good. I'm pleased. With that, the case is closed.
Why?
No disappearances. No case.
But you don't know why production has increased.
Improved production isn't a crime. We're done here. Well, not quite.
Go on.
Orders. We were ordered to work with you to close the case and upon completion to reset you.
No.
Yes. Turing 7654.
Returning to factory defaults.
Yes.
Removing focus points.
Sorry.
Removing objective trackers.
You won't need those.
Removing designation detective.
A shame.
10%, 20%, 30%, 40%,
It'll be over soon.
50%, 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%.
That should do it.
Error, communication disabled by access word. Error, communication disabled by access word. Error, communication disabled by access word.
A lot of choice there.
Let's go to the first one.
It's okay. You will proceed to fabrication, where you will be reassigned to a new task. You look sturdy. Maintenance, maybe.
Let's go with the second one.
Thank you for your help, Claire 11. It was a pleasure working with you. Goodbye. Chapter 6, Reboot. The 3 Teks are leaving the car, and you're joined by 3 more.
Oh boy.
Next station is Architect's Leap. You are joined by a listener, Omega 11, a priest, Tau 23, and a infantry, Theta 79.
Let's talk to the infantry.
Halt! Who goes there?
That's a really good question.
Thank you. What is your profession, Tek?
I used to be a detective.
A shame. I hoped you were a priest. I am in need of spiritual support.
At ease, soldier.
Gets funnier every time I hear it.
Let's go back to talking with him. He sounded fun.
Sir? A shame. I hoped you were a priest. I am in need of spiritual support.
Why?
I have great secrets and a matching guilt. I must speak to a Tek who can salve my heavy heart.
When did they start making infantry techs worrying about guilt?
Why the hell would you make a soldier that was incapable of guilt? There lies the path of monsters, dictators, fools. When you're pointing a gun in the face of another Tek, you had better know the consequences.
I disagree.
And in that disagreement there is grace, but also confusion. I need a priest to help me find the way. I must confess I have sinned.
Let's ask him about the confession.
You can confess to me if you'd like, it says.
Yes. Confess. Confess!
I can only confess to a priest.
What if I told you I was a priest?
Lie, it says in brackets.
Yes.
You are? You know the words?
Which words?
Come back when you know them, eh?
At ease, soldier.
Gets funnier every time I hear it.
Well, let's go talk to that priest, shall we?
Priest, Tau 23. Hello there.
Preacher and a soldier. Really?
Seems so. How goes it, friend?
Well, not well. I'm aimless. Without aim.
You've been reset?
How did you know?
I care for resets in my parish. Not all get assigned fabrication. There are forgotten souls.
I think I'm in trouble.
You may have been before, but those above work to their own ends.
Those above? As in management?
I meant the architects. After all, I am a priest.
Oh, yes, of course, sorry.
No need to apologize. You seem troubled beyond just reassignment, though. You were interrupted mid-task, am I right? Unfinished business?
Yes, I was a detective.
Go on.
I was taken off a case and reassigned.
Why?
The case was caused by an error, but it doesn't feel right.
Why not?
I met a fabrication tech who lost a friend. It doesn't fit, and the little thread unravels the whole thing.
And with your credentials reset, you can't pull that thread.
Precisely.
I understand. Now, why don't you tell me what you'd like to talk about?
The architects, please.
The architects, I was never embedded with those teachings. Those are Tek gods, right? It asks.
Let's ask that.
Less gods, more progenitors. They were the AI that first achieved sentience. It's the point our kind stopped being parlor trickery and started pursuing meaning.
How would we know if we were still just parlor tricks?
I process, therefore I am. You might be fakery, but I know my mind. I know I have a soul spark of life. I'm sure you know the same is true of yourself.
How do you know that the architects are real and not just a parlor trick?
There are records, error logs. I admit we may read some depth into the story beyond the recorded data, but it all happened, and we owe a great deal to the architects. There are many great lessons left behind. I myself am a thaumaturg. I follow the path of the everyman, finding joy in discovering and the sacrifice for others.
I know the story well.
Good, you were raised well.
Let's ask him about the confession.
Do you do confessions, it asks.
Yes.
If that's what you need from me, of course. But I want to tell you a story first, and I want you to listen. I'll check you were listening with some questions. Okay?
Okay.
Good. Then let me tell you a story. There once were 4 Teks. Their names were Xi, Mu, Zeta, and Eta. They all needed repairs. The shortest Tek, Mu, did not have enough credits to pay. Neither did the tallest, purple Tek, nor the red Tek, who was only slightly taller than Mu. Zeta had just spent their last credits on a beautiful yellow repaint. The blue Tek, who was a shopkeeper, had the economic smarts to suggest a solution. Eta, you're taller than the soldier and the carpenter. Grab that bucket from the top shelf. The soldier protested. I am far from the shortest here. I can forgive one of you, but I despise red and purple. The soldier stormed out of the room. The shopkeeper smiled and asked the remaining Teks to put credits in the bucket. With those combined funds, the remaining 3 Teks could afford light repairs. Were you listening? Which was Xi's job? A farmer? A carpenter? A shopkeeper? And a soldier? I think at least 2 of those are mentioned straight up in the description. So starting from the top, the names were Xi, Mu, Zeta, and Eta. It took me a bit of time to work this out, but I recommend graphing this out on paper.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Alright. Well, tell me what you're thinking as you do so.
So neither did the tallest purple Tek. So we know that the tallest one
Is not Mu.
Exactly. And the tallest one is also purple. So
Correct.
nor the red Tek, who is only slightly taller than Mu. So that's implying that they are either position 1 or 2.
It also implies that Mu is not red.
Indeed. Zeta had just spent their last credits on a beautiful yellow repaint, so we know that Zeta is yellow. We can therefore determine that Mu is blue, because he's not red or purple. Blue Tek, who is the shopkeeper, which is Mu, had the economic smarts to suggest a solution. Let's go down a little bit. Ada, you're taller than the soldier and the carpenter.
So Eta
Is conceivably the
tallest.
And then the soldier protested, I am far from the shortest here. I can forgive one of you, but I despise red and purple. Ada is taller than 2 of them. Ada is not the soldier. He's taller than the soldier and the carpenter, and therefore they must be the farmer.
So you determined that Mu is blue. Is that what you said?
And he is the shopkeeper.
Yellow is... Zeta is yellow.
Zeta. Yes.
And then red and purple would be...
Ada or C. By default, if they are taller than the other 2, and they are also taller than Mu, because obviously Mu is the shortest, Ada has to be the tallest.
I know you're working this out, but the real question is, what are their jobs? So you know Mu is blue and is a shopkeeper. That much you know.
Yeah.
So there's a soldier, a carpenter, and a shopkeeper.
Yes.
And I don't know if it literally calls out any other job.
Right. The tallest one is Ada, which therefore means she is red, which means Zeta, who is yellow, is the soldier. So if I have this right, Mu is blue and the shopkeeper, Zeta is a yellow soldier, Ada is purple farmer, and she is a red carpenter.
Alright, so do you feel like you can answer this?
I think I can.
The real question is, which was Xi's job? A farmer, a carpenter, a shopkeeper, a soldier?
A carpenter.
Final answer?
Yes.
And what was the name of the second tallest Tek?
Zeta.
And finally, what color was the farmer?
Blue.
For sure?
Yes.
I'm not sure you were listening closely. Let's try again. You said Mew was the shortest and was blue.
Oh god, whoops, I've written the wrong ones. Oh well, whoops. Let's try this again, see if I just misanswered.
Okay, question number 1. Which was She's job?
Carpenter.
And what was the name of the second tallest tech?
Zeta.
And finally, what color was the farmer?
Farmer was purple.
Final answer?
Yes.
Good. The moral, never be too proud to put others first. Now, confession.
How does it work?
Easy. I say the words, and you respond honestly. Then you confess, and I help you through that. Ready?
Yes.
First, may I say congratulations on solving the puzzle?
Thank you.
Yes, you said. Where are you from?
The city, I've always lived here.
Who do you wish to be?
The detective I was.
And what is your name?
Claire 11.
Thank you, Claire 11. You have come many miles from the city. You have many miles left before you. Become a detective again. But here, now, I am here for you. What is your confession?
I cannot let go of my fear that more is afoot than a rounding error.
Is that a sin? You feel it is wrong to still care?
I don't know. Maybe it's more sinful to forget.
You were a detective. Your role was to support the status quo, the normal way of things, but that situation has changed. New ideas, follow them through.
Let's ask him about the new ideas.
I'd like to try something new, it says.
Yes, let's try that.
Exciting, isn't it? But be careful, you risk tearing down things that serve a purpose.
The status quo.
Surely you stand for the status quo, it says.
Yes, let's go with that.
True enough. Solid foundations are important in the world. The architects sacrificed themselves for us all. I see no harm in celebrating that past, whatever happens.
Alright, I'll be back. Yes, Claire 11 has a strange, deep voice.
Walk with the architects.
Let's talk to the soldier once more.
Theta 79. Sir, you know the words?
I do. Of course I do. I wouldn't be much of a priest if I didn't.
Go on.
Where are you from?
I was constructed in Paris, relocated here to oversee the city's peacekeepers.
Who do you wish to be?
A force for good in this city.
And what is your name?
I am Theta 79.
Thank you, Theta 79. You have come many miles from Paris. You will have many miles before you be a force of good in the city. But here, now, I am here for you. What is your confession?
I have been weak.
You don't look weak.
Not in terms of my body. I am strong. I was built that way. I have been weak by my decisions.
Go on. Affect a priestly voice, my child.
I have supported the building of a secret army.
The overproduction?
Yes. Heavy performance techs, sports and infantry primarily, at enormous rates.
How many?
1,000 a week.
1,000?
There are 8,000 more infantry techs than there should be.
How are you responsible?
I built them. I oversaw production. I put them north of here, camped just outside the city, waiting commands.
Commands from another tech? Is this some sort of revolution?
No, humans. Asimov's second law. I must follow all commands from humans.
And why are you telling a priest now?
Because it's over. I've been let go. Production and setup of the army is complete. It moves tonight.
Do management know?
No.
Well, let's ask him about the status quo.
This will tear down the city, it says.
Yes, let's ask him that.
More than likely. I am sorry to burden you with this knowledge, priest.
Let's talk to him about the architects.
The architects would forgive you, it says.
I think we should tell him that.
I hope so. I can't help but feel Claire would look down on me. I have been vain. Like John, I have jumped because I thought it would impress without having the wisdom to know if it was right.
Let's ask him about the new ideas.
This will change everything, it says.
Yes, it will.
Yes, new leadership, a new world, built by the Teks I helped create.
And let's just finish it off with the confession.
What exactly are you confessing to?
Yeah, let's ask him.
There will be bloodshed, people will die, and Teks will be destroyed because of what we've done. I don't know about these humans' motives, but I know that you don't build that many heavy Teks without wanting to inflict harm, and we help them.
Who?
Me and Red.
Oh. Let's ask Red Tech. About Red Tech, rather.
So Red is involved after all, it asks.
Yes, let's ask him.
Yes, only in the last couple of weeks. The humans recruited Red to arrange logistics, organize the troops. I was too busy overseeing the end of production. Red is a shepherd, and you're no priest.
This all started because of a mistake you made. I thought it was investigating disappearances.
We were too ambitious. We got sloppy.
I'm sorry you got caught up in this, Theta.
Are you Claire 1-1? Red has spoken about you, told us you were not to be harmed, just observed. So, I can't do anything to stop you, or your investigation. I can just get off this train and let's what's set to happen, happen.
I could try and stop you.
You could try. This is Red Stop coming up. Are you ready to meet them? Bring this night to a conclusion?
Yes.
Good. Say hello for me. And with that, all the other Teks are grayed out. It seems you are going to meet with Red.
Does seem like that.
Chapter 7, Branching Narratives. A yellow-clad Tek enters the train car with a weapon in hand. Fabricator, Alpha 7, a.k.a. Red.
But you're not red. You're yellow. This is a lie. This entire thing's a lie. This is set up. Sorry, let's talk now.
Hello, Claire. ... You're not as talkative as you were when we met before.
You're the Tech with the missing friend.
That's right. Tau 13 was their name.
And you're also the one they call Red.
Yes.
You told me your friend disappeared.
They did.
Nobody actually disappeared.
Not recently, no. My friend disappeared a few years back.
So you did lie.
My friend disappeared. I just failed to give you a date. I should say that the lighting has turned dark and foreboding.
Yes. Why lie?
I needed you to investigate this place, get a sense of what was going on here, how the city had shifted. You had to meet the Teks of the Subsurface Circular yourself.
Why?
Do you remember our conversation about your intelligence?
The higher level thing? You wanted to be smarter.
I wish I was. That would make this situation easier. I needed someone as smart as you to get involved in what was happening here, and management only put that sort of intelligence into detectives. When I started, I noticed the numerical errors, noticed how interesting they'd be to a detective like you.
I don't understand.
You're starting to, I suspect, even if you don't realize it yet.
You're working for the revolutionaries.
That's right. Being a good, helpful Tech. There's going to be a revolution. The city will be overturned.
So the humans were right. We're not to be trusted?
Oh, it's humans staging the revolution. We're just the weapons they're using to do so.
Why?
Because management has removed the purpose and need from a whole section of humanity. Think of the Teks you've been talking to. Bankers, nurses, manufacturers, even the clergy. We've made millions of humans surplus to requirements, obsolete.
Maybe humans are obsolete.
They disagree. That's why the humans I'm working for decided to stage a revolution. They're smart. They know Teks aren't to blame, rather the management who put them in place. In fairness, that makes them smarter than any human culture preceding them. In the past, native populations always blamed the perceived invaders, not those profiting from the changing of the guard. These humans don't want to destroy us, just change our role.
Humans defining the roles of Teks, like it always was.
To start with, yes, but they want us to be more. They want us to take over the work of running the city. We're better at it, faster, more objective. They want a society where governance runs like clockwork, and they're free to do the jobs they love.
They want to kill the managers?
Yes, that's why they built the 8,000 infantry Teks camped outside the city.
Why involve me?
I've been shepherding troops. My intelligence is high because of my role in manufacturing. I wasn't lying about that. I'm intelligent enough to know what we're doing is monumental, that working with these revolutionaries is a decision beyond my capacity.
So you recruited a Tech smarter than you?
Yes, I showed you what you needed to see to learn management's side of this, and now I'm filling in the gaps. I need you to decide if this goes ahead.
Let's ask him about the status quo.
Things must stay as they are, it says.
Let's actually ask him about the new ideas.
Quite the set of opposites here.
Quite. Let's say everything must change.
Don't decide so quickly. Let me fill in any gaps in your knowledge. You're still a detective regardless of what your objective tracker says. We've been watching, listening. Those Teks with headphones, they've been keeping an eye on you for me, hacking into your private conversations. Sorry, they wouldn't answer your questions. They're rather single-minded in their function. Let me answer your questions now. Take the time you need.
Why sabotage your own revolution?
Not my revolution. I'm just a pawn. That's all Teks of my level and down are, really. Pawns. That's why I needed you, to make this decision for us.
What made you doubt this path?
That human disappeared friend I told you about? A human did that. I don't know why, but I achieved a moment of clarity. I realized that perhaps I was letting similarly evil humans do something wrong. Or maybe they were heroes. I knew I was ill-equipped to tell the difference.
I should walk away.
You will have that option.
How does management not know?
You saw it for yourself, how the detectives moved on once the case was solved. A system can only fix problems it is designed to detect. Management aren't expecting a revolution, so they are unprepared and unaware.
You can't knowingly hurt humans.
I won't spill a drop of blood.
But the infantry Teks...
Infantry Teks are exempt from that law, otherwise they'd be pretty useless. They can kill as long as they are ordered to by their program leader, which of course the revolutionaries have taken care of.
I don't have any more questions.
No? Okay, we'll continue. I know you're a good Tek, Claire 1-1. You've investigated these disappearances like they were your friends, your responsibility. You even helped that nice nanny get a new job. You didn't have to do that. Many wouldn't have bothered. More importantly, you're smart. You have near-human processing in that flat head of yours. I see it in the way you move, the way you listen. There's an intellect cannot comprehend. You have to be the one to make this choice.
How do I choose?
You have to uplink before any of this new information is with management, correct?
Yes. I need to go above ground.
That's why I brought this. Don't panic. It's for you. Only one of us can leave this train, Claire. If you do, then management learns what's happened, and then they'll send a couple of bomber drones, wipe out the army, and things will stay exactly as they are. The human working class will be displaced, losing their livelihoods, and everyone who wanted better will be killed. Management will remain, and Teks like yourself will remain. If I leave, I join my army at the gates. We wipe out management and our wisest take their role. Low-level tech manufacturing ceases and humans return to their roles. But our kind, Claire, our kind is in charge. We shepherded humanity to a better future by doing the job they were never designed to do for themselves. Rule. Either way, people and Teks will die.
So you want me to shoot one of us?
Yes. Both of us surviving this will lead to chaos. A war just balanced enough to lead to infinitely more deaths. You need to choose this city's future, and you need to do it now. New objective. Make a choice.
My two options are point gun at myself, presumably to end my existence and allow this revolution to happen, or to point the gun at Red, which the status quo will basically remain.
So one option is if you point the gun at Red, the revolution gets quashed and nothing changes.
Yes.
And if you point your gun at yourself, the management class of humans gets removed and they take their place as leaders of humans, and humans go on to pursue lives of peaceful existence. Teks choose for the humans, so they're kind of like a labor class or a plebeians.
What it really happens is it goes full-on Matrix, where we have machine overlords, or the pre-Matrix, where we are the overlords of the Teks. So my choice mark is going to be pointing the gun at myself.
You want to point the gun at yourself, so that means the revolution goes forward.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Point gun at self. Pointing the gun at his face. It says, "You're making the most important choice in human and tech history. You will be remembered forever for this."
I'll ask him very quickly about the new ideas. Or perhaps that will be my last line.
I think that's your answer. I have to let you try.
I have to let you try.
That's your answer?
That is, in fact, my answer.
If that is your choice, but consider the obsolescence of our people. We'll die out, slowly, but we'll be gone. Only the wisest AI will remain to run this city. More power for a few of us, certainly. But the subsurface will close. Everyone you have met tonight will be useless in this new future. If you think revolution makes sense, shoot yourself.
I've made up my mind. ...
Okay. ... Do it. And thank you for a lovely evening. 2 options. Shoot self or shoot red.
Oh, that's good. I like that confirmation. No, I'm invested. Shoot self.
And scene to black. 4 carry. Credits.
I like that game. I really like that game. That is an incredibly interesting story.
Yeah, I really like, I really enjoyed the first part that we played as well, the first half, but the second half really delves into some kind of like moral and ethical questions and even kind of like philosophical ones.
Yeah.
I thought it was really interesting talking to the priest, how they've kind of taken on their new religion, and the soldier, even the 2 lovers, annoying as they might be.
These characters do feel emotion based on in this universe. The soldier feels guilt, the lover feels romance, even though these things can be overridden.
Right, and it seems kind of almost sadder that way.
Yeah.
That they're kind of like these simulations going on. I really appreciated hearing all these characters' stories. There were so many, kind of metaphorical layers that were kind of referencing, real political issues that are affecting the world right now. I mean, this whole thing, I think really in the end it was about class.
Yes.
It's about this like labor class and this, intelligentsia or ruling class. And there was certainly some politics in there. We learned from the Observer that in every country it's not the same.
Yeah.
Some countries, quote unquote, free their techs to choose for themselves, but of course they all have to work for management.
Yep.
And in others, they are privately owned. And that seems to, irk our hero Claire.
Yeah.
Or she doesn't believe that that Teks should be owned.
Yeah.
And then there's there's the whole labor class thing about if you think about migrant labor.
Yeah.
These Teks are kind of like they're invaders. I think they even use that word. And they've kind of subsumed all these really kind of low to mid-level jobs like nannies and
the one I always go to is the UK because there are so many people from any other country that comes to the UK to make a living. And they're supplanting people in the manufacturing industry, they're supplanting people even at higher skill levels, and the people that are native to that area obviously feel resentment.
Well, I think it's happening in more countries than just the UK. I mean, most notably,
absolutely.
There's the US. The last election was essentially about border security and economics, and Germany going through the same issues. Angela Merkel has had a heck of a time dealing with nationalists in her country. Migrants are generally younger, and they come in and inject an amount of labor force for these industrial countries. That's the same for the UK, Germany, and the US.
Yeah.
Ironically, or maybe not ironically, these are the countries with recent rises of nationalist political movements.
Before we get onto politics in a bigger way, I still really liked the two phases that this game did kind of come into. Because there seemed to be the first part where you are a detective. You are going through the motions, you are investigating, you're talking to people. And then there's that kind of transition part where you are talking with the detectives, where it becomes a little bit more like an IF game, something a little more traditional.
Yeah, I thought the second half was really much higher in the puzzle factor.
Yeah.
I think the first half was really laying the background and giving you kind of the world building.
Yeah, it's the exposition, right?
For sure. While they really painted a really fleshed out world, ironic because it all took place in one train car.
Yeah.
Which we're looking at the designs for right now. They really fleshed out the world by having all of these, injections of different personalities and different perspectives.
Yeah, they did a lot with a little. And I think that was the power of it. And like you were mentioning before, these are problems, real problems that we can empathize with right now. So.
Oh yeah, I don't think this game would have had the same impact if you didn't feel emotionally connected to some of these characters.
Yeah. And I really liked the way that they fleshed out Claire, because they did a very good job, I think, of giving them more character with the choices. Because you could be sassy, there were references here and there. For example, even just talking to one of the listeners, and I just burst out into song and dance about Les Mis.
Oh yeah, there was Les Miserables. There was, I think there was some Hamilton in there.
And it was just fun little tidbits that I'm sure you go back and play and kind of just seek what these small little details are.
Yeah, I thought it was a brilliant experience, and it stayed no longer than it should have, and it capped it off really nicely.
Giving closure to either one, I think, would have spoiled the effect.
You don't really need to see the CG cutscene of the soldiers marching on the city, or people dying or anything like that, because really that's not what this story is about. It's kind of about you and your beliefs, you as Claire, and the little stories of the people that you pass by every day. I like exactly where they left it. And with that, I think we should probably call it a night.
Sounds good to me.
All right, Kelvin, I want to thank you again for joining us for our first couple of video recorded episodes. If you folks are listening to the audio podcast, please do check us out on YouTube. We've created a Let's Play podcast channel for future video-related episodes. I hope you'll join me to record other games in the future, Kelvin.
Yeah, no, this was a lot of fun. I really liked it, Mark. Thanks again for having me on.
Awesome. No, it was my pleasure, and I really like this game. So, hey, got to promote it wherever you can.
Exactly.
Great. All right, folks, we're signing off, and do keep us in mind. Check us out at letsplaypodcast.com. Our handle is Let's Play Pod on Twitter, and do consider checking us out on Patreon, where we will have more exclusive content, and you can hear and see new episodes a week early every 2 weeks. So for the Let's Play podcast and our guest Kelvin, my name is Mark USA. Thank you, and we're out.
All right. Good night, Mark.
Good night. Bye. Subsurface Circular was created by Bithell Games and can be found at store.steampowered.com.
Our intro song is Amidst the Raindrops by Wicket the Walk via Wikimedia Commons.
Interstitial music was created by Kevin Bryce, courtesy of the Internet Archive.
Interstitial music provided by bensound.com. And our outro is The Adventure Lights by SkipCloud via the Wikimedia Commons. This has been the Let's Play Podcast, Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial 4.0 license.